Hi everyone, welcome to week 13 of Educational Psychology. I hope you all had a really happy Easter. I'm sure this Easter was probably a little different for all of us as opposed to the last however many years of our Easters, but I hope you're all doing well and staying safe and healthy. I appreciate you all tuning in this week to this little check-in with me because there's a lot of important information I want to review. So we're going to start out by covering the feedback that I got from you all in the survey. I'm going to offer some responses to that. And then we're going to talk about the agenda for this week, some changes to that, as well as some changes in the scoring, the point values for things in this course. Just one small discrepancy and no major changes, but nonetheless important to tune into. So regarding the feedback that I got from you all in this survey, first of all, thank you for taking the time to complete that. For those of you who did, I was really interested in hearing what I could be doing differently to support you all, if any of that was feasible in the course. So first of all, a couple of people had mentioned the classroom observation videos are maybe not the best fit for the course, a little outdated, things like that. And I really appreciate that feedback because these videos are actually new this semester. We just picked them out over the winter break. And they're actually an improvement from the videos that we were using before, but this feedback tells me, maybe we need to do better for future courses. So although we can't change them during this semester, I'm going to take that feedback to some of our administration in our department and see if we can change that for future students. So thank you for your honesty in that regard. And hopefully, we can make changes if we see fit for future students. Some individuals expressed maybe some concern with the amount of work that we have in the course since we've moved online, and I appreciate that feedback, and I do understand where you're all coming from. A lot of you had mentioned, you have a lot of other courses too, and they've all moved online, and probably as a result, you maybe have some more work for those as well. And I totally empathize with that. I'm kind of experiencing the same thing myself as a student, and then also as an instructor with additional assignments to grade every week. I know it's a lot, and on top of probably some personal changes that everybody's going through. I really empathize with that. And I've carefully considered that feedback, and I thought about all of this before we moved the course online, and ultimately the way the course is set up now is really the only option for us to run this course asynchronously and for us to achieve our learning objectives for the course and fulfill the point value requirements for the course, and to also be pretty consistent with my expectations for how much time you should be spending on this course. So I had mentioned to you all in an email earlier in the week that the general recommendation for time spent in college courses is approximately 2 to 3 hours out of class time for every single hour of class in person. So we're missing out on 3 hours of in-person instruction, so we have to supplement that somewhere with this online instruction. And then beyond that, you should be expecting to spend, more time beyond that, because that would be your typical in-class amount of time, that 3 hours. So by no means do I want anyone to be spending the maximum amount of recommended hours on this course, which is, upwards of 9 hours. I haven't designed the course to, I think, be that time intensive. I certainly hope not. But this is the best format for us to achieve those learning objectives, make up for that lost time, and operate the class asynchronously, which I thought might be beneficial to you all, rather than us doing certain times of video conferences. I've chosen this so you can kind of work at your own pace. So in relation to that, my recommendation to you, not just for your benefit as a learner, but for your own mental health, is to create some sense of normalcy and structure for yourself during this time. So mental health experts recommend that, to sustain your well-being during this time, you have to create that sense of normalcy and that routine for yourself. And so one way to do that, I know everyone's life looks different now, but one general recommendation to achieve that is to pre-structure your week. Look at all of the work you have to do for school and outside of school. Allocate certain times every day to do certain things and chunk that time into manageable increments. And be realistic with yourself, set realistic goals. Spread your work out over the week so when Saturday rolls around, you don't have that 5 or 6 hours of work for this course to jam pack into one day and scramble to get everything done. Having good time management is important for you as a learner and important for your own self-care, your own mental health. So I hope you take that recommendation into consideration. I know that has helped me tremendously during this time, and I hope that it is helpful for you as well. There were also some concerns, moving on, there were concerns noted by some regarding the grading in this course. And in response to that, I do want to suggest that I feel pretty strongly that the grading criteria in this course are very objective, predetermined, available to you, and yes, very objective. I think that the rubrics, as they're broken down with point values and descriptors for all of the point values, are very useful for me as an instructor to evaluate you without having to give any subjective evaluation of your performance. I am grading your responses with that rubric right beside the paper as I'm reviewing your responses. And so I feel very firmly that I'm not subjectively grading anyone in this course. And I hope that I articulate myself well in my feedback to you, because I try to explain where those points are missed, what you can change for future assignments to get those points, etc. So there's no way for me to be more lenient or less harsh, because there's, in a lot of ways, I'm just grading against that rubric. And so I can't lower my standards for performance or my expectations for your learning outcomes and demonstration of that learning in this course. It's going to remain the same. But with that being said, if you have any questions about the feedback that I've given you, or why you've earned the grades you've earned, or what the grading criteria on the rubric is really asking of you, I'm really happy to explain that more, maybe explain it in a different way, and we can have that dialogue to help you achieve, the level of success and performance that you expect in this course. So I'm happy to answer those questions at any time. Moving on, one recommendation that someone made in the course, which I thought was really great, was to utilize the Remind app, so that you're able to get reminders sent to, I guess, your phone, or I'm not really sure how it works yet, but I'm figuring it out. And I'm going to try that out and try to implement it in this course. And so I believe I'll just have to pop up a link for you all on the D2L page, and you can sign up and get those reminders for assignments being due whenever, in whatever modality is most useful for you. So all of our assignments in this course are due consistently at 11:59 on Saturday, but I know you have a lot of stuff going on, so I'm happy to send you that reminder if it's going to be helpful for you. So look out for that if you're interested. Moving on to this week, we are covering Chapter 4 and Chapter 12, which are the topics of student diversity and learners with exceptionalities. Be sure to check out all the materials for this week. And then moving on to the assignments we have due this week, we have the 4th Check for Understanding activity, your 3rd discussion board post, and your 4th quiz. In relationship to the 3rd discussion board post, I have the recommendation to offer all of you that to earn 20 out of 20 points on those assignments, review the rubric carefully, and of course the description for what you're responding to for that week. But where most people are losing points is the responses to peers. So be sure you're responding to 2 of your peers' posts. And also, those responses, as it's described in your rubric, should be very thoughtful, additive, and insightful. And so rather than simply stating your how much you like someone's response, or your agreement with their response, you should add on to that. Maybe offer any criticisms if you have any, or articulate why you really like something that someone said. And then you can earn the maximum amount of points there. Moving on to the quiz, I noted a discrepancy in the syllabus and what I've been offering you all for quizzes this semester, such that the syllabus indicates that the quizzes are valued at 15 points each and 4 total, and I've been administering 25-point quizzes to you. So that is a discrepancy that I completely apologize for, and what I've decided to do with that is to move forward with the 25-point quizzes. So this quiz 4, your final quiz will be worth 25 points this week. And the reason I made that decision is so you have more opportunities, more points in the class to pull your grade up if that's something you feel like you have to do in the course. And also, I've decided, since a lot of individuals are concerned about their grades, and I know some have missed assignments since we've moved online, I'm going to offer you a 10-point bonus opportunity activity this week. So take a look at that on the page. It's going to be due on Saturday at 11:59 p.m. So I hope you find that helpful. It's totally optional, but complete it if you're interested. And I think that's all I have for this week. So any questions or concerns, please reach out to me. Send me an email. We can talk on the phone, whatever works best. Again, I hope you all had a really good Easter and have a really good week. I appreciate all the hard work you've been doing in the course, and please let me know if there's anything else I can be doing for you or any questions I can answer for you. Thank you.